Hi everyone, hope you're doing well. Today I wanted to talk to you about probably the piece of gear I use the most after my Ableton push is this little controller here. It's the FaderFox UC4, and if you're familiar with my channel, you know that I use it all the time on my live stream aside my push. You can see it very often on all of my mini jam Techno live performance. I like to use it as well, and one of the reasons what I love this device and I use it so much is basically the footprint. It's very small. It's actually staying on my keyboard tray right next up to my mouse and my keyboard, and it's not like this super crazy device that do extraordinary thing. It's just a simple MIDI controller that works so well, and the first reason why I like it so much is just so easy to use. So first you just need to plug it obviously to your computer via USB. You have as well MIDI in and out port, and then once you are in Ableton, you just click on MIDI, and then you select the parameter you want to assign to your MIDI controller, and then you just move the encoder you want to assign to this parameter. And then up its map, and here it's mapped to washout effect, and it just works as easy as that. Then the second reason why I love it so much is how versatile it is. Like, you have different type of controller. So you will have, for example, this button here that you can use, for example, as mute. You will have the crossfader that I use as a washout effect. You have your classic fader that you can use it as a volume. So here, for example, I can map the hat volume. But you can also use it, for example, for send. For kind of SFX transition. But I also like to use a fader for, let's say, cutoff, decay of your envelope. I actually quite prefer most of the time using fader rather than the rotary knob. Here I have the cutoff of the main send, and here I have the decay, and then I can play around with. So that's pretty cool. And then finally you have the encoder, so you have 8 of them, and they are push encoders, so you can also like press on it. And here, for example, I've mapped my EQ8 here on off, so if I press it's on, and then the control is gonna control, you see, the frequency of the low cut. Again, you can use it as a classic control to send, track to return, for panning, for cutoff, or any other send parameter or effect parameter. And so, if I'm being honest, I will never use it like always 100%, like all the parameter always map. It would be even more like just half of it or just a quarter of it. But it's pretty handy to have direct access something, you know, just want to map a cutoff, just want to map a mute, or just a send, just to have it right next to your hand. Or even like, well, how I like to use it is, for example, in that case, I have like kind of a starter track, and I want to try to jam a little bit with it to see how it can, where it can go, and experiment with. This is perfect because I can do a mapping like I did here, and I can start to jam, and that can give me idea for arrangement or how I could structure the track. So for example, let's have a listen where I bring down everything back to normal, but you could have something like that. You get the idea. So yeah, in terms of MIDI controller, this is actually what I found the best for me. Now you have plenty of choice. Even this brand, Faderfox, have the EC4, which is pretty similar in terms of footprint, and just have more knobs with a little screen, which I think is great for controlling parameter of your scent. I personally prefer this one because you have the mute and the fader. I really like the fader. Now you can also find different kind of other MIDI controllers. Some of them are a little bit bigger, which will be, for example, better for live performance. You have the Novation Launch Control XL. You have the Akai MIDI Mix. You also have the Allen & Ace K2. You have the Akai APC40. You got also the DJ Tool MIDI Fighter. You have plenty of solutions, depending what is important to you, and what the job is. For example, for live performance, I wouldn't use this one because it's kind of a bit too small, and we go more maybe the Novation Launch Control XL. But for the studio, it's very important for me to have a very small footprint device that I can have at the reach of my hands. And here it's actually right next to my mouse, and the fact that you have different type of button, fader, encoder really give you different possibility of how you can play and map things. And yeah, that's a big plus for me, and that's why I love that much this device, and I wanted to share with you as well, because it's not especially a super famous device that you see that often, but it's really great. Alright, hope you like this video. Thank you very much for watching, and see you soon. Bye bye.